So my wife and I, we just had our second child, and I'm making this video because I've been super hard on myself after the birth of my child, which, um, some people understand, and I understand as well. I kind of did the same thing with my first child, but I have really had a hard time with not being too hard on myself, and I'm using this kind of like as a way for me to be a little bit more, maybe I can reflect a little bit more on I guess just relaxing, I guess being a little bit more kind to myself. And I mean, I'm just sitting here in the basement of my house right now, just trying to take a break, try not to go crazy. And I've been doing so good prior to my son being born with running and lifting and losing weight and feeling really great about myself. And then, when the baby came, I mean, we're 5-6 days out, but I'm like kind of like a semi-dark place mentally, and nothing to be concerned about, but dark enough to make me really start to question like motives and how I feel about my goals and my progressions. And I'm hoping it, I guess I just need a little bit of I gotta take it easy on myself, man. I gotta stop being so difficult, I think. That's kind of how I operate, though, and I'm not sure how many people are the same way I am, but my dad was in the military for 25, 30 years. And so I was raised, and it was just military, do what you're told. He was a great father, of course, but he was a hard ass. And that's kind of his the way he spoke to me a lot, man to man, I guess, was, and I lost him when I was 19, so I didn't really develop an adult relationship with my father. But kind of the way, his intensity and his drive, and that's where I got a lot of mine. And I realized I can hear my voice being influenced by his voice, and sure enough, for the most part, it's great. When I actually do what I need to do and actually put in the work that I need to do, things are great, and I feel good about myself, and I recognize the voice and its role that it plays. But there are the moments where you slip, right, and then it's hard to change that same voice, the one that motivates you and the one that pushes you. I think it's hard to give yourself a little bit of grace on the back end, because that voice is a little bit kind of authoritarian. It's you have to do this, you have to bust your ass on this department or do this, or you're not worth it. And so I've been trying to find the balance, and where is this the right voice in my head? Is this the voice that I need to adjust, or I need to start approaching kind of general discipline and stuff a little bit differently? So I guess this is just a way for me to think through my problems. And I hope that if anybody's going through similar things, I mean, this is hopefully gonna resonate with you. But yeah, I'm I think I need to be a little bit kinder to myself, and I don't want to lose the edge that's saying, because I'm that type that has to be stuck into something. I have to do something. I have to be active, or else I just deteriorate. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I think there's a certain level of patience and understanding that you have to have with yourself, and recognizing that you can't always be at 100%. You can't always be grinding 24/7. Maybe sometimes YouTube can make you feel that way, certain YouTube channels, but I think it's okay. I'm sleep deprived. I'm cranky. I'm last night I got about 3 to 5 hours, I think. Well, probably 4 hours. I'm tired. My eyes are heavy. I don't want to record this, but I think that's exactly why I should record this. But purely just as, a thought experiment, maybe a little bit of like self-reflection, and I guess that inner dialogue, like what is that inner dialogue telling you, and how do you speak to yourself? If you're anything like me, at least recognize the voice that maybe you talk to the way you talk to yourself. Maybe recognize where it came from, and then try to find a way that maybe, excuse me, and then maybe try to give yourself a little bit of grace, because you deserve it. And I think you won't drive yourself nuts if you just relax, So, man, I had a run and I had a workout today, and I'm exhausted. I mean, I'm not sure my body's going to be able to recover unless I'm able to get some decent sleep. So, yeah, if you guys have a kid, or if you're not in a good place, just give yourself some grace, patience, kindness. See what it'll do for you. I'm starting to feel a lot better. I mean, physically, I don't feel good. I think I'm getting sick as well. Physically, I don't feel great, but mentally and emotionally, I want to start giving myself a little bit more patience and understand that I'm playing the long game. This fitness, the health stuff, the finances, the work, the kids, the family, this whole thing is the long game. And I still can use that mentality. I can use the mentality to move me forward and to achieve goals, and that's great. But you need to modify it. I need to modify it. I think how you modify it is up to you. But at the end of the day, I think the keys are going to be a little bit of patience and a little bit of understanding. Like, not every day you need to be on. It's not a movie. We're not professional YouTubers. We're not curating and showing fake reality. This is real life, real shit that we deal with, and it's okay to give yourself a little bit of patience. So give yourself some patience. Take the day off. You can get back to the grind tomorrow, or it's not going to kill you. But I've also been learning a trick a little bit too about discipline, and like trying to measure my success or measure my food intake or my workouts. I've been trying to measure things like on a weekly basis and then average it out, because I think a lot of your data points, if there are a lot of like daily stuff, I think it's super easy to have one bad day, and then if you're not careful, you can derail a couple of bad days. And so I've been trying to measure my success, or measure how I operate in the world on a semi-weekly or weekly basis for measurement, and it's even out a lot of the bumps and the issues that I've had with, like, bad days here or there. But yeah, I mean, patience, relax. I think I need to sleep, so I'm gonna go sleep. I'm gonna go take care of my family, and be patient with yourself. Peace.